What's going on, guys? It's Professor Gnome, and we're keeping up the daily content today with Festival Lead, and we're paying mostly attention to Dipplin, but also alongside Dipplin, thanks to its Festival Lead attack. So what it does is that if Festival Grounds is in play, then this Pokemon can attack twice, and if the first attack knocks out a Pokemon, we continue to attack into the next thing that they place into the active. And its attack is Do the Wave, so it does 20 damage for every bench Pokemon that we have, only for 1 energy. So it's pretty easy to stack our bench up and do 100 damage. We attack twice, so it's doing 200 damage. And we're going to be comboing that together with Thwackey, who, what it does is that it has the Bam Bam Groove ability. So it's pretty much just Pidgeot EX as long as we have a Pokemon with Festival Lead in our active. So, because of that, as long as we have Dipplin, we're super strong. And we also run the Goldeen. The reason why we run the Goldeen is not to attack with it, but specifically because it has the Festival Lead ability. And it's a basic we can put into the active very quickly, even while we don't have any other options. So, one of the main issues is that Dipplin is our Festival Lead ability Pokemon, but we need to evolve it. With Goldeen, we can get in pretty quickly and deal with it that way. We're also running Rellor and Rabsca. I think that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. Mainly the reason why we're running this and not something like Manaphy or Jirachi is because right now we are running into a ton of Dragapult EX. It's kind of the new main best deck in the format. And so because of that, the only card that can actually stop it is Rabsca, and so we need this card on our bench, otherwise we just get torn apart because we have so many low HP bench targets that we kind of need it to survive. We're also playing Radiant Charizard as a backup for a late game attacker, and we also run Cleffa as an early game way to get our cards and draw. We're running Bug Catching Set since we pretty much have almost all grass, energy, and Pokemon. So it's pretty easy to rotate our cards that way. We're running 2 Luminous Energy. That way we can always use it as a regular grass energy if we have to, but we can also use it with our Radiant Charizard. We run 6 grass energy. Our ace-spec of choice is Maximum Belt. The reason for this is that we're able to attack twice with Dipplin, so our 50 damage is applied 2 different times. So we're doing 300 damage, and what we can do is we can actually combo that together with Kieran, and because of that we can use it for the extra 30 damage and even get over something like a Dragapult EX in a single attack, or technically 2 attacks in 1 turn. We're also running Roseanne's backup. I like this card a lot. I've been using it in a lot of other decks and things like that, but it's even more of a big deal in this because what we can do is we can use that Maximum Belt, and even if we get knocked out, our Maximum Belt goes in the discard pile. But what we can do is we can use our backup, put the Max Belt back into the deck, and then we can immediately search it back out with a Grookey. So it's super strong to run in this deck. I could even see myself running 2 copies just because of how powerful it is to be able to recycle all our tool cards. But outside of that, we run obviously 4 Festival Grounds because that's pretty important, and then we also run Lana's Aid in order to get all of our cards back as long as we don't have rule boxes, so pretty much anything but our Radiant Charizard. And so yeah, we're pretty much good to go. That's going to be the list. Thank you guys all for checking out the list. Let me know what you think of it, any changes that you would make. There's still so many new things coming out every day because the list is not like all the cards are still so new, so I'm definitely curious to see what you guys are all running. So definitely let me know in the comment section down below any changes that you'd make to the list. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. We'll keep up daily content for as long as we possibly can. And also for the last of the announcements, be sure to join the community Discord. The link to it is down in the description along with the deck list for this video, so you can copy it right into PGCGL if you want. And yeah, so the Discord is down in the description. Be sure to join that. We all, just discuss deck lists, play games, all that kind of stuff. And then also we're doing our first ever community deck list tournament. So you'll be able to join that as long as you're in the Discord, or anything else. The entry code for it is Gnome, Gnome, It's down in the description as well as a link to the tournament sign up. So be sure to join that. We would love to have you. And I think that's the last of the announcements. So I will see you guys all in game 1 in a moment. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 1, and we're going to be going first. We do open Grookey. Not too much else, though. We do have our Festival Grounds. We'll get something off the mulligan here. It looks like we are up against Raging Bolt. So, not too much of a big deal. If we get we got another Festival Grounds, so not super ideal. Alright, we kind of got bailed out by the Buddy Poffin. So we can go Applin and a second Grookey. We'll attach the Luminous Energy for now. And we'll pass our turn. Okay, there we go. PGCGL was bugging out a little bit. Opening triple Arven is obviously not super ideal, but we should be fine. Even if Grookey gets knocked out, it doesn't really matter all too much. We'll be able to go Dipplin, Festival lead, and then we can Arven. We're going double Squawk here. Interesting. There's an Iono. Honestly, that's not that bad for us. We lose out on some Arvens, but definitely can't complain. We still get another one. Arven is here to stay. It is here to have a good. It is here for a good time. We get another Applin. So we'll see what we can get. They go Earthen Vessel. I'm surprised they held on to the electric energy on the Greninja. Another Earthen Vessel. And they are digging through their deck for sure. There's the Squawk for a ton of energy. Good play on their part. It's going to make the vitalities much stronger. There's a Pokestop as well. That's pretty big for me. Ended up losing double Raging Bolt there. And we will have the Festival Grounds, so we'll be able to bump that. If we're able to get into a switch, we'll be in a great position. We'll spin the stop first real quick. Because if we can get into like a... Oh, that kind of sucks. Alright. We'll bump that just to do it for now. We'll go Arven. I think we have to go Bug Catcher Set and Rescue Band. Or Rescue Board, rather. Alright, perfect. So we got the Bug Catcher Set. We can go double Dipplin. And then we're actually, so we're back into being in a really good spot. So we can retreat to Grookey. We can go Applin. Then what we can do... Oh, right, we gotta evolve. I forgot I didn't place the card down yet. Alright, so we have that. Now we can go Grookey. Grab ourselves our second Grookey. Place that down. Place the energy onto Applin. We'll place the Cleffa for now. We can go Grookey again. And then what we can do here is grab ourselves the Maximum Belt. We can place the Max Belt down. And we can attack into the Squawkabilly with Do the Wave. We make our second attack. We take out the Squawkabilly. We get 2 prize cards. Perfect. So we get another Applin, and we get the Buddy Poffin. So now, here's why this is a big deal, right? And why we needed the double Grookey setup. What we can do is, even if this gets knocked out, and we lose out on the Max Belt here, we don't really even lose out on it, because what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to Grookey, grab ourselves our backup, use backup, put it back into the deck, and then use Grookey again to just get our Max Belt all over again. That's interesting. That could be annoying, but we do have enough bosses to get around it. So that actually works in our favor, to be honest. That actually works out for us pretty well, because now we have even less that we have to do. Because we can just boss around the cornerstone. Okay, that was a really bad play from them. They definitely should have gotten rid of the Max Belt, because we could always get the festival lead back, or the festival grounds back rather. But it would be a lot harder to deal with everything if we didn't have the Max Belt. Cool, we had Roseanne's anyway. So we can go festival grounds here. We can go ahead and Grookey or Thwackey. Grab ourselves the boss's orders. We can go Applin. We can evolve into Dipplin. We can go boss's orders. We'll pull up the Raging Bolt. We can Grookey. And from here, what do we want to do? We'll just grab ourselves one more Dipplin. We can do the wave for 300. We will attack again, taking out the Raging Bolt. Take 2 more prizes. I believe our other boss is prized, so hopefully we get it here. We do. So that's going to be the game. Because, again, there's nothing they can really do to stop us at this point. Because, let's say they unfair stamp. It doesn't really matter, because we can just use Thwackey to get our boss back. Let's say they knock out our Dipplin. Doesn't matter, because we can Rosamines to get our the Max Belt back. So it doesn't really matter what they do at this point. So the game's pretty much over. And this is why this engine's actually really strong. Like, I admittedly thought that the Festival League deck was going to be like kind of a meme deck and like pretty bad. But it's actually not bad at all. So even in this situation, this is totally fine for us. Oh, I mean, we top decked into Switch, so that's even better. But we didn't need that, because we could have just evolved into Dipplin. and then searched ourselves out the Switch or whatever we wanted. So we can go Boss's Orders. We'll knock out the Ogerpon. And it's like, this deck is shockingly good. Like, I didn't think it was going to be good, if I'm going to be honest. Like I said, I mean, you can go back to my set list review, and I talked a lot of crap on this deck. I did not think it was going to be all that good. I didn't think that the damage was going to be enough to be, like, usable. But Thwackey is just so strong. Like, just having a mini Pidgeot that you can stack as many, like, up to pretty much 3 of them in the deck, it's just too powerful for most of the time. Like, it's actually kind of at a broken effect. And so yeah, that's, if this deck gets kind of like into a decent setup, it's really, really hard to deal with. But yeah, that's going to be game 1, guys. Definitely let me know what you think of the deck so far, and I will see you guys in game number 2. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 2. Our opponent won the coin flip and opted for us to go first. That works out for us pretty well. We can go Applin. Alright, so we are up against Dragapult. That's absolutely our hardest matchup. And what that means is that we're really, really going to have to... We're really going to have to get into our Rabsca? Whatever it's supposed to be called. We're going to have to get into that, like, as soon as we possibly can. Thankfully, we already have the Ultra Ball, so that's going to be a little bit easier for us to do. So we can go Rellor and Grookey. Get that set up for ourselves. We have Ultra Ball for next turn. So we are going to pass here. And then on the next turn, we'll be able to place down the Dipplin, which means we can Ultra Ball actually to get Grookey. And then once we have Grookey, we can use that to get our Rabsca. And then from there, we'll figure out what we want to do. But as long as we have that, we'll be back into a really strong position until it gets bossed, which is kind of inevitable, but as long as we can get ahead enough early, we should be fine. They'll go for the evolution, get themselves double Dracolock. So we're still fine for now. We can hold on to the ambition. So they do go double Dracolock, which means they probably have the Xatu in hand. The Bug Catcher set's pretty big for us. So we can go Dipplin. We'll Bug Catcher set. We get another Applin and another Dipplin. So we can go Applin here. We can evolve a second time. We can go Ultra Ball. Get rid of these two. Get ourselves the Grookey. And the question is, do we want to use Arven here, or do we just want to draw ourselves a couple more cards? We'll go... We need a lot of pieces, so we got to go this. We were able to get into what we needed, so that's pretty lucky for us. What we can do is we can go Grookey here. We can drop an energy down. We can go Festival Grounds. We can go Boom Boom Groove. Grab ourselves our Rabsca. Place that down. And now we're safe for a little bit. We can do the wave. Knock out the Toxic Fury. And we knock out whatever else they bring in, unless they bring in Radiant Alakazam. Bug Catcher set's pretty nice. Alright, so we're going to do another 100 damage to the Radiant Alakazam. So we don't get the KO, but fortunately for us, they are going to have to find a switch or something like that because they can't escape board out Radiant Alakazam, which is kind of nice for us. They were able to clear the Festival Grounds, but that's, again, not the biggest deal in the world because we have Thwackey, who can just search out a new one and get that set up. We also have Arven, which is going to be nice here, since we'll be able to grab ourselves the Max Belt if we decide we want that. I'm surprised they didn't go Xatu. There's the Arven. We could boss up Rotom and just take some early knockouts. Or some earlier prize cards, which might be ideal. They're probably going to grab the Seal Stone, place that down. They want Rescue Board. I disagree with a lot of the plays this person's making. Unless they already have... No, but they don't have Xatu in hand already. Yes, they got an instant charge. So that works out for us. We can go Bug Catcher Set here. We do get ourselves a Thwackey. And we get ourselves another energy. We do get to go Thwack. We can place the energy down. Then, for now, what we can do is actually just Iono, reset their hand. Because we know they have the energies they were looking for at the bare minimum. And then what we can do is Boom Boom Groove. And just start getting ourselves pieces for later. They're not anything that we really need right this second. But we'll get ourselves a new Festival Grounds. So we can place that down. And then we can Boom Boom Groove again. Grab ourselves the boss's orders. Pretty much all that's going to do for us right now is that it just guarantees we knock out the Grookey on the, or not the Grookey, the Rotom on the next turn. So we get to knock out the Radiant Alakazam. We get another Grookey. We get to... Actually, we get a free attack off on the Dragapult EX. That's pretty good for us. Which means we're guaranteed the KO on this on our next turn. And we won't even need the boss to do it. So that's pretty exciting. And what that means too, at this point in the game, even if they, let's say on this turn, right, they boss up the Rabsca, it's totally fine, because they would only get one prize card from KOing this. Then we would bring Dipplin back into the active, we search out Max Belt, knock this out, and then even if they make a new Dragapult, knock us out, and spread damage, we still bring in a new Dipplin, and we can boss his orders up the Rotom. So we have nothing to worry about at this point in the game, unless something, like, crazy happens. Because we already have everything set up, and we have double Thwackey, so it really doesn't matter. Even if we were to get, like, research, or not, like, if we were to get, like, unfair stamped here, it wouldn't even matter, because we could search out the pieces we need with Grookey. It's actually kind of crazy how, yeah, so, like, even with the Iono here, it doesn't matter because we already have all the pieces we wanted. And we can make another Dipplin on top of all that. So they'd have to get rid of the Festival Grounds, KO Rabsca, and something else would have to happen. I feel like Rabsca is going to become like a staple now in like every single deck. Just because of the fact that Dragapult is going to become so common. And it turns Dragapult from like an insanely powerful deck to a kind of mid-tier one, if I'm completely honest. So we can go our new Dipplin. We can go create a new one. Then we can take Thwackey, grab ourselves our Maximum Belt, slap that down. We can Boom Boom Groove again, get ourselves another Applin. Actually, no, we'll just make it an Applin. We can use the Arven, grab ourselves a Super Rod. Oh, grab the Super Rod, thank you. And we can grab a Rescue Band or Board. I don't know why I always say Band. Mostly just so that way when Dipplin gets knocked out, we can reset all our Dipplins. But we'll attack for 300 here. Festival lead still active. So we do another 150. And that's going to be game. Because the only thing we needed is... Cool, we got another Festival Grounds in our hand anyway. So, pretty much, the only thing we needed was Boss on the next turn. Which, we have Thwackey to guarantee that, because let's say they knock out Dipplin here. It doesn't really matter. We already have a new one lined up. So, at worst case scenario, pretty much worst case scenario here is that they would go Festival Grounds, or they would go like Collapse Stadium to remove the Festival Grounds, get rid of the Rotom, evolve into Dragapult. Okay, so that was so bad. Get rid of the Rotom. Why did they do that? They were so close to doing all the right plays. And it still wouldn't have mattered. But it would have been like the right play to make. Alright, so do the right play. No, don't I... That wasn't the right play. They need to Lost Vacuum away the Max Belt. That's the next step. Alright, they're just going to concede. Yeah, it wasn't going to matter. They need it to... I don't know. Maybe they misclicked? Because they clicked the card right next to Rotom. So I think they just misclicked. Because there's no way they wouldn't have chosen to do that. Not that it would have ended up mattering. We were just so far ahead on a prize a prize race that we would have been able to knock out whatever we wanted anyway. But that's still crazy. They definitely misplayed there. But like I said, it wasn't going to end up mattering. So that's going to be game 2, and I will see you guys in game 3 in a moment. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 3. Our opponent won the coin flip and opted to go first. We open just Roller, which we don't want to see. That is definitely suboptimal. Our opponent is playing Gardevoir. So this hand is not great. Let's see if we are able to like top deck into a Buddy Poffin or something again. Mimikyu's not really a problem for us though, so that's pretty exciting. Actually, this matchup shouldn't be that bad for us, if you think about it, because we're gonna one-shot everything with just like the regular attack. So we're going to be taking like 2 prize cards a turn. So it's actually, I feel like this isn't going to be that bad. We got to go Iono here, get ourselves a new hand, try to retreat out our roller. This works out okay for us. Because we can go Grookey here. We get ourselves... I think... What are other cards? Yeah, we'll go 1 and 1. So we can go 1 here. Then what we can do is retreat. We can bring in Cleffa. Probably not going to need Radiant Charizard. Probably not going to need these 2. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to discard both of these. So I can get myself one more Grookey. Also, that lowers my hand size. So that way I can draw up another 6 cards. Alright, great. So I got what I needed. And I'm in position now to kind of do everything that I need to be able to do. And again, as long as we have Roller, we're like, I think we're in a great spot. I feel like this matchup's going to be really good for us, actually. I've never played it, but I think it's going to be good. But Iono kind of sucks. Didn't want to see that, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. Alright, we're back to everything pretty much exactly the way that we needed it to go. Even better. So we can go... We can drop that. We can drop that down. We can drop the Festival Grounds. Do we want to Iono or Arven here? We only need an energy. Well, Iono, I guess. I think it really matters. Even better. So we can go Dipplin here, Bug Catcher Set. We'll take the 2 energy, because why not? Attach the energy. We can retreat. Then what we can do is Boom Boom Groove. Grab ourselves another Thwackey. Evolve that. We can Boom Boom Groove again. Grab ourselves... Let's get... Do we want to lock in... Oh, wait a minute. Alright. Yeah, this is what we have to do. Alright, so we don't really have a choice. That's what we have to do, but it's also totally fine to do it this way. Our Rabsca is in the prize cards. That's fine. So, like I said, I think this matchup's gonna work out really well for us. Because we're pretty much guaranteed to get 2 prize cards a turn. Because we can Festival lead, attack into this. KO that, get another prize. And then even if our Dipplin gets KO'd here, we bring in the new Applin, we place down our new Dipplin, we already have the energy in hand. We have another Festival Grounds. Yeah, I feel like this matchup's actually crazy for us. This deck is actually so good. Like, this deck is actually low-key, like... I think this deck is actually kind of cracked. For a single-prize deck that, like... I just think its matchup spread's actually kind of good. The only thing I could see myself changing is running a 2-2 line of Roller and Rabsca. Only because of the fact that if you're going into Dragapult a ton, they're gonna put a huge emphasis on like bossing this up. And once you get one knocked out, you'd never have the opportunity to set up a second one. So you'd have to be far enough ahead to win. So it might be worth it for your for your bench to be like Rabsca, Grookey, Applin, like Dipplin and slash Applin, and then Dipplin slash Applin, and just relying on one Grookey. I think that could be the play. Maybe, yeah, maybe that would be the play. You're just relying on one Grookey and double Dipplin. Because that wouldn't be that bad. The only thing that's unfortunate here is the fact that we won't have a festival lead mon to replace our Dipplin. So we're gonna have to Iono and just hope we get into our Dipplin. But we can lead Cleffa. It has a free retreat, so it's not that big a deal. We can go energy onto the Dipplin. We can go Iono here. Reset both players' hands. We unfortunately don't find it, and that kind of sucks, actually. We'll draw ourselves 2 more cards. Or 3, rather. Alright, there's our Dipplin. So what we're going to have to do on this upcoming turn is we're going to have to Super Rod the Dipplin and the Applin back into the deck, use Arven to search them back out, and just get our board filled back up, because all we need is 2 more attacks. So if we lose Cleffa here, it's not that big a deal. The real danger here is that our Applin gets, like, sniped out. Oh, the Iono again's rough. Okay, that's fine. We have Ultra Ball. Alright, so we're back in it. Oh no, our Applin got sniped out. Alright, that's not what we wanted to see. So, how are we going to play this? So we bring Cleffa back in. Okay, we can Bug Catcher Set. We get both of these. We got to go double Applin. So we'll go Applin, and we'll get the energy. Then what I think we do here is we Ultra Ball away the Grookey and the Thwackey. Get ourselves into Goldeen. We can place Goldeen down. Retreat Goldeen, or retreat Cleffa, go into Goldeen. That'll allow us to use Thwackey. Guaranteeing ourselves Applin for the next turn. And then we can go Switch. Switch, put Cleffa back into the active, and draw ourselves a new kind of set of cards. So we just have to hope they don't have boss, I guess. Not being able to get into Rabsca to protect the Applin is pretty sad. We definitely made a mistake where not doing like double Dipplin was definitely a mistake on our part, because it led us into a situation where we didn't have a festival lead or a replacement Dipplin that is definitely going to cost us, but overall I think we're fine. Because there's a counter catcher, but that's not really a problem for us. We have another Festival Grounds, so that's fine. Okay, so we're back into the game. The mistake they're making is that they need to use Screamtail to snipe out the Applin. And not doing that is going to like allow us to kind of be back into the game. So we can go Thwackey here. We can get another Applin. Place the Applin down for next turn. Then we will... guess we can just go Defiance Band. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Doesn't really matter. We don't need to attack into the Gardevoir. Alright, there's another Applin. Okay, that actually kind of works out for us. Because we just did enough damage to this that we can boss this up for 2 prizes. Alright, so that works out for us. It's actually not that bad. What is annoying is that we still haven't gotten to Rabsca, but it looks like it's not going to end up mattering because our opponent's not really punishing us the way they should. I made a lot of misplays this game, I feel like, but I still feel like this matchup's actually really good for us. It's just that I played it kind of poorly. Like, I definitely could make some better plays, but also our opponent's Ionos have definitely, you know, hurt us. Like, they came in at good timings. So now they're going into Screamtail. I wonder what they're going to target at this point. They could target a Thwackey with the... No, they still just go to the active. But I guess that's fine. At this point, it doesn't really make a difference for them. So we go Applin again. Place the energy. I see my mistake. Alright, so we go Artisan here, or we go Arven here. We do have another Dipplin in deck, so we can go ahead and I guess we have to Bug Catcher. We have played this so poorly. Bug Catcher set. We do hit the Dipplin. Alright, we got bailed out. We played that really bad, but it kind of worked out for us in the end. So we can place that down. We can go max belt here. What we'll do to guarantee ourselves for the next turn is we'll hold on to one Dipplin. Hold it in hand. The next one, we could go counter catcher here, actually. It wouldn't be a bad play, I don't think. So we can counter catcher, knock out the Gardevoir. We can get ourselves 2 prizes. Alright, a little late, you know, I guess better late than never. So we have another Dipplin in hand, so even if our active Dipplin gets knocked out, we can replace it. We have the Luminous Energy in hand, so we can also replace that. We have the Festival Grounds. So an Iono here would be really bad, but I think they already used all of theirs. No, only 1, 2. So if they go Iono here, it would actually be really sad. We would be in a rough position. We definitely, we did not play around Ionos very well this game. That's going to be like our critical mistake for the future, like our thing to fix is definitely going to be that. Because we could have played this whole matchup much better. I'm actually thinking that the roller or like the Rabsca actually doesn't even matter that much. If we get set up fast enough, it doesn't even matter if they can go like Screamtail to snipe out our bench. So yeah, I think that's also a mistake I made. I think that I put too much of a priority on the Rabsca working, that it, like, when it doesn't actually matter. Like, I was very worried about my bench getting sniped out, but they can't do spread damage, so it doesn't actually matter that they can snipe the bench. Because as long as we have, like, a Dipplin available at all times, we're pretty much fine. Alright, so we were able to pull it back, and we were able to pull it together. I feel like that matchup's super favorable for us, so even with things going bad, we were still able to win. And I played really, really bad that game, for sure. There's definitely a lot that I could have done better and could have done differently, but I definitely learned a lot during that game on how to play that matchup for next time and, like, what to prioritize. So that definitely was a really fun game, and I'm really happy it happened. But that's going to be Game 3, guys. Definitely let me know what you guys thought of the list. That's going to be it for this video. I will see you guys all in the next one. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Join the community Discord, and join the community tournament coming up on June 1st. So yeah, that's about it. Definitely let me know what you want to see in the next video. I'm more than happy to take suggestions. Definitely just pushing out the content, so as long as there's a deck out there, I'm going to be making videos, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Be sure to check out tomorrow's video, and I will see you guys all later. Peace.